What's up, lunatics? Lune here with Lunatic Reactions, and this is another one for the maniacs out there. But before I get into this song, I do want to talk about some things that came up in the last BAND-MAID reaction. There were a couple of commenters that were a little upset by some of the comments I made regarding the guitar solos, and I do just want to clarify that I think Konami is an incredible guitarist, and I can tell that a lot of work goes into her playing, and I understand completely why people who really gravitate towards guitar would love her playing. That being said, for me, I gravitate towards bass. That's where my ear goes. That is what I take notice of. I love bass solos. Part of the reason for that is that the music that I grew up listening to was mainly punk music, where guitar is very much just simple 3-4 chord progressions, no solos. But punk is one of the few genres where bass really kind of drives the song forward more so than the guitar. And I can see a lot of punk bass influence in Misa's playing, particularly if you listen to the band Rancid, their bassist, Matt Freeman. I have to imagine that Misa is a fan. Go check out the song Maxwell Murder. It's a very short song, but it has a insane bass solo in it. And I think if you go listen to that song, and you'll understand why I believe Misa must have been a fan. But again, I did not mean to disparage Konami at all, and if that's how it came across to anyone, I do apologize, and she is definitely an incredible guitarist. All right, now let's get to today's song. This was another recommendation in the list of starter songs from BM for Life, and this one is called Bubble, and as like before, I'm going to read the translation of the lyrics afterwards and give my thoughts on the song. I will try to not pause in bad times. That was some other feedback that I got, and try to pay attention to the video. But music always takes the forefront for me, and sometimes I lose myself in it. But I will, try my best to pay attention to the video too. Without any further ado, this is BAND-MAID with Bubble. Okay, I need to pause at some point. So, what's standing out to me is the bass, but not the bass guitar. That bass drum was standing out a lot there, and I really enjoyed that. Now, the bass guitar, great. I am noticing, and this is something that I meant to take note of before in one of my reactions, that Misa does switch between a 5-string and a 4-string bass, which I find very interesting. I generally like songs with 4-string bass. 5-string bass is usually used for more heavy songs, which, while I am getting into heavier music, again, punk is my background. But I do find it interesting that she switches back and forth between the two. And yeah, both of them sound great. And the bass drum is really good in this song. And the guitar is really good too. And the vocal effect on Psyche? Is that how? Please correct me. Like, give me. I can look it up, but I didn't before this video, but also in the comments if you can just give me some guidance on pronunciation, and I would really appreciate that. But the vocal effect there was cool, and yeah, I'm digging the song, and let's get back into it. Let's just take it back. All right, that was BAND-MAID with Bubble. I liked that. As you might have noticed, I only paused once because I just kind of really got into listening to the song, and a lot of different things stood out. What really stood out to me most was this time around, it wasn't, the bass had some really nice parts, like, and there were definitely some moments where I was like, ooh. But what stood out the most to me in this song was the drumming. The drumming was the star in this song, and especially that bass drum, that like, it was just, it was so good. And then there was some other little drum parts that I took note of that I really enjoyed. So that's what stood out to me the most on this song musically. I'm going to read the lyrics now, and then I'll be back with my thoughts on those. Okay, so I've read the translation and the lyrics. Now, I don't know how accurate any of these translations are, and I do know obviously there's stuff that's lost in translation. But the thing that I'm picking up from this song is that it seems to be about a past relationship, one that did not end well, and there's a lot of bitter feelings toward. And yeah, that's what I'm getting the most from it. Some of these lines, again, with the translations, I'm not sure. So there are some that I'm, struggling with a bit right now. The one thing I did notice that stood out to me, now I don't know if this was just capitalized like this because the person who translated it decided to do so, and I don't recall if this was said in English in the song, but there's a line, life is like a dice, and dice is all in capitals like the title of the song. Life is like a dice, it throws itself. So if that is intentional, that it's supposed to be capitalized like that, then I would have to imagine that this is a song connects back to Dice in some way, or Dice connects to this song. I'm not quite sure. You guys can fill me in the comments. I will go back and maybe check the lyrics for Dice and see how they relate to this one, but I thought that was very intriguing. But yeah, that's what I got from the lyrics. As for my rating for this one, I really enjoyed it. The drumming was what stood out to me the most, but everything else sounded great too. I really found myself getting into it. I got to give it a 10 out of 10. Another great song from BAND-MAID. Very much happy that I've discovered this band and that you guys have joined me in my journey into this wonderful music. All right. Until next time, I'm Lune. This is Lunatic Reactions. Take care.